crimes that we know about. Montgomery County, Maryland announced a sanctuary policy last July. Since then, at least 10 illegal immigrants have been arrested for sex crimes, including the rape of an 11-year-old girl. In Seattle, officials released a known MS-13, think of this. This was a known MS-13 gang member who later beat a 16-year-old boy with a baseball bat and hacked him to death with a machete. The list goes on and on and on, and these people are protected by their sanctuary city fools. In my State of the Union address, I called on Congress to pass legislation allowing the victims of these deadly policies to sue these sanctuary cities for the pain, agony, and suffering. Everyone here today and patriotic citizens all across our land agree with the fundamental truth. Our country must be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not for criminal aliens. The left's crazy, man, is no borders, no nations, and no more deportations. They don't want to deport. Crazy Bernie said he'll never do a deportation. Right? Remember what he said? I better save this stuff. Maybe you won't get the nomination. I won't say that. He said he thinks the Boston bombers, right? The Boston guys, right? He said they have the right to vote. He said prisoners in prison have the right to vote. They said, does that include the Boston maniac that's scheduled to die, death penalty, which is very good. But does that include that? He said, yes, he would get the right to vote. You believe that? That this guy would get the right to vote. So I said, I won't use that until later on, and I used it today at CPAC, and now he'll find a way of getting out of it, and I won't be able to use it against him in the campaign. That's all. See what I do here, Matt? That's too bad. Too early. Gotta wait till about 2 months before the vote, right? Right? She's going, yes, please wait. But then you wouldn't have enjoyed that. But it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's okay for him to vote. It's fine. He killed many people, badly, maimed and wounded many people, and he's got the right to vote. Can you believe that this is where we've come? We believe in strong borders, sovereign nations, and the prompt deportation of anyone who illegally breaks into our country. And thanks to our tireless efforts to secure the border, we have reduced illegal crossings by a staggering 75%. We have ended catch and release, the worst of all the loopholes. We have seized a record amount of drugs and deported a record number of gang members. We are building the powerful border wall. We're already up to 128 miles of border wall. It is being built to the highest standard you can build it. You know, just to show you again about the news. So we're building it, and part of it's desert, it's rough territory and very tough territory in many ways. But the winds are blowing, and they're putting it up, and it's 30 feet high, steel and concrete both. And you have to be able to see through it. Very expensive. It's the ultimate wall in terms of, we went to Border Patrol. They did study, they hired people, climbers. What's the hardest to climb? The piece on top. That's called an anti-climb provision. Supposedly, who knows? I said, do it. Another couple of bucks. But we put up a wall, and it was blowing 50, 60 miles an hour in this territory. The concrete was just poured, it was soaking wet. The wall came down, and we end up with a big story. Trump's wall gets blown over by the wind. That's what it is. But I explained, because when you have Twitter, where you have so many millions of people, all you have to do is say, scam. You can get the word out. Now we lifted it right back up and put it back, and we held that sucker in place until the concrete dried. And they don't like to report that. But that's, that's what we have to go through. It's a very sad situation. Another grave threat facing our country. And by the way, on the wall, so we're up to over almost 130 miles of wall. Think of that. But, I mean, really. And they say, all right, so he's building the wall. You have to understand, I had an entire party against me. And a party that controls the House now. And we're going to take back the House. We have to take back the House. We have to take back the House. No, but think of it. But so now they like to say, all right, so he's building the wall, but Mexico's not paying for it. Yes, they are. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're paying for it. Oh, they're going to pay when I put in this, what we're going to do. But no, they're paying for it. And they're okay with it because they understand that's fair. But no, Mexico's paying for it, and it's every bit, it's better than the wall that was projected. We're doing it at a higher level. We have so many gadgets on that wall, you wouldn't even believe it. Sensors, we have things. Remember, they wanted drones. They said, he doesn't need a wall. These people all 6 years ago, they wanted a wall. And I told people I made one big mistake. I should have said, instead of we will build a wall, people went crazy. Look at you. We've been doing this for years. I could get elected twice over the wall. Can you believe it? No, but look at it. People go crazy. But just take a look. We have a wall. People want a wall. And what are the two things, no matter how technological we get with the computers and the airplanes and everything's going, two things that will never change. A wall and a wheel, right? A wheel and a wall. And if you come back 1,000 years from now, it'll still be a wall and a wheel. Remember they used to say, he doesn't need a wall, we'll give him a drone. Oh, that's great, we can have a drone watching everybody pour up. But the mistake I made, I should have said, we will not build the wall. Then they would have made me build the wall. Right? I would have had all the money I could have. It could have been so much easier instead of having to go through years. But we won all of those cases. They got sued by everybody. We got sued by politicians that didn't know they were politicians. We had a lot of suits, so we won. We won all those suits. Another grave threat facing our country is the effort from Washington Democrats to completely demolish our healthcare system, jeopardizing the health of millions of people. While congressional Democrats embrace Crazy Bernie's socialist healthcare takeover, we are defending America's right to keep the doctor and the plan of your choice. We are ending surprise medical billing, just happened. We are imposing price transparency bigger than healthcare. We are protecting our veterans, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. Healthcare is a big, big part of that. Democrats have declared their unlimited support for extreme late-term abortion, ripping babies straight from the mother's womb, right up to the birth. And that is why I've asked Congress to prohibit late-term abortion of babies, because every child is a sacred gift from God. In my State of the Union address, I also asked Congress to pass legislation providing 1 million American children access to school choice, because no child should ever be trapped in a failing government school. And with the help of many of the people in this room today, we passed criminal justice reform to reduce recidivism and to help former inmates successfully rejoin society. We are helping prisoners like you wouldn't believe, people that are in, like Alice Johnson. You saw Alice. She served 22 years, made a phone call, and she's not trying to defend herself from the phone call. 22 years, she had another 20 or so to go, and we got her, and she's a great woman. Through our pledge to America's workers, employers are providing millions of marginalized workers with the skill they need to transition from government dependence to self-reliance. To defend the rule of law, we have confirmed a record number of judges who will interpret the Constitution as written. That'll be nice. Neil Gorsuch, and Brett Kavanaugh. As the radical left moves aggressively to curtail freedom of speech, we are proudly defending free speech, including our college campus. Any college that refuses to respect your First Amendment rights now risks the loss of billions and billions of federal taxpayer dollars. I signed that a few months ago because these colleges, they take our money and then they don't let people speak. So now they won't take our money, and I guess they can do whatever they want, but they're not going to get money. It's billions of dollars we're talking about. We're also combating anti-Semitism on college campuses. We're stopping the flow of taxpayer money to colleges and universities that support anti-Semitic hate. We've invested nearly $2.2 trillion to build up the unmatched strength of the United States military. $2.2 trillion. And for the first time in over 70 years, the Air Force being the left, we created a new branch of the American Armed Forces called the Space Force. Together we have revitalized the values, traditions, and principles that have always defined American greatness. Citizens of every age, race, color, and creed are rejecting the left's insanity and joining us in the fight to save this glorious nation. And that's what we're doing. We're saving this nation. Every day our movement grows bigger, bolder, and broader, and America's future gets brighter, brighter, and brighter. Our movement is united by a towering spirit of patriotism, a profound and abiding love for our fellow Americans, and a deep reverence for the rights and liberties given to each of us by the hand of Almighty God. We know that America is the greatest nation to ever exist. We know that America is the strongest force for good in the history of the world. And we know that America is the home of the toughest men and the strongest women ever to walk the face of the earth. This is the home of our ancestors carved out of the wilderness, the home of our forefathers shed their blood, the home of our children. And this is the home that we want. This is the home that we want our children to inherit. We will love and cherish and protect this nation forever. For all of the soaring heights that we've reached, we know that there are still more records to be shattered, new summits to be scaled, more triumphs to be realized, and more amazing history just waiting to be written. The American adventure has only just begun. With your help and the good Lord's grace, we will continue to push onward to our nation's magnificent destiny. We will continue to make our republic the inspiration, the glory, and the envy of the world. As long as we are confident in our values, loyal to our citizens, and faithful to our God, there is no limit to what we can achieve. The United States of America will always march on to victory. America is thriving like never before. And ladies and gentlemen, the best is yet to come. I want to thank Matt. I want to thank Mercedes. I want to thank the great patriots of CPAC. God bless you. God bless America. And we will see you next year. Thank you.